The danger zone. $250,000. It is the most dangerous net worth in America. I know that sounds dramatic, but stick with me. Picture two guys, Noah and Lee. They're both 34, and they both just crossed the 250K net worth line in the exact same month. They celebrate, pop some mediocre champagne, and feel pretty good about themselves. Fast forward 6 months. Lee gets rear-ended by an uninsured driver, gets tangled in a nasty lawsuit, and watches a third of his net worth vanish into a settlement that his auto insurance wouldn't cover. Noah? In an alternate timeline, he goes through the exact same scenario and walks away without losing a single dollar of his net worth. The difference? Noah spent about $32 a month on a piece of paper most people have never even heard of. Both these guys did everything right to get to 250K. They saved, they invested in index funds, they skipped the dumb car payments, but only Noah understood a crucial secret. The rules completely change once you actually have something to protect. The habits that got you to 250K will quietly sabotage you if you don't upgrade your financial defense, and almost none of what you should be buying next looks like traditional wealth. If you are climbing the wealth ladder and want to ensure you don't leak out everything you've built, hit that subscribe button, because today we are going over the 7 things you absolutely must buy once your net worth hits 250K. Number 1. Umbrella insurance. All right, let's start with the thing that saved Noah. Number 1. An umbrella insurance policy. Now, I know the second I say the word insurance, your brain wants to click off this video. Don't. This is genuinely insane math. Umbrella insurance is liability coverage that sits on top of your regular auto and home insurance. If you get sued for more than your existing policies cover, the umbrella opens up and catches the rest. Here is why you need it. The average car insurance liability cap is maybe $250K per person. That sounds like a lot until you realize that one bad ER visit, one surgery, or one wrongful injury claim can blow through that like tissue paper. According to NerdWallet, a $1 million umbrella policy costs anywhere from $200 to $400 a year. That is roughly $1 a day. It is literally cheaper than your gas station coffee, but it protects everything you own. You might think, I'm a safe driver. I've never been sued. But beneath $100,000 in net worth, lawyers don't really care about you because there's nothing to take. Once you hit $250,000 with a house, a 401k, and visible income, you become what lawyers politely call a collectible defendant. Translation: you are officially worth suing. Your dog bites a neighbor. Someone slips on your icy driveway. Suddenly, your net worth is exposed. Get an umbrella policy. It's the cheapest fortress you can buy. Number 2, a fee-only fiduciary financial planner. All right, so an umbrella policy protects you from outside threats, but the biggest threat to your money is often the people you're supposed to trust. That brings us to number 2, hiring a fee-only fiduciary financial planner. I can hear you now. I don't have $5 million. I don't need a wealth manager. Here's the truth. Below $250,000, paying someone a few $1,000s for a financial plan eats up too much of your money. But above $250,000, the math completely flips. A good one-time comprehensive plan might cost you between $1,500 and $3,500. Just optimizing where your money sits between taxable, traditional, and Roth accounts can save you over 1% a year in tax drag. On a $250,000 portfolio, that's $2,500 saved in year 1. It literally pays for itself. But you have to be careful. There is a massive difference between a fee-only fiduciary financial planner and a regular financial advisor. A fiduciary is legally required to act in your best interest. They are paid by you. A commission-based advisor is paid by selling you stuff. If you walk into a big-name brokerage and a guy in a suit offers you a free portfolio review, you are the product. They make money selling you whole life insurance or mutual funds with high hidden fees that will chip away at your wealth for the next 30 years. Google the exact phrase, "fee-only fiduciary near me." If they can't explicitly say those words, walk out the door. Number 3, a real tax strategy, CPA. Number 3 is a real tax strategy, which basically means buying yourself a great CPA. Taxes are the single largest expense of your entire life. They cost you more than your mortgage, your cars, and your groceries combined. Yet most people with a $250,000 net worth are still sitting at their kitchen table at 11 p.m. on April 14th, eating cold pizza and furiously clicking through TurboTax. That is fine when you are 22, but right now, you're leaving thousands of dollars on the table. A good CPA will introduce you to the cheat codes of the tax world. For instance, the HSA, Health Savings Account. It's the only triple tax-advantaged account that exists. Tax-deductible going in, tax-free growth, and tax-free withdrawals for medical expenses. Or the Mega Backdoor Roth. If your 401k allows it, you can stuff tens of thousands of extra dollars into a Roth to grow tax-free forever. Or maybe tax loss harvesting, strategically selling losing stocks to offset your gains, which the IRS totally allows. Noah hired a CPA for $1,400. That CPA found him $4,300 in deductions and savings in year 1 alone. Graduating from a TurboTax person to a CPA person is a tiny upgrade that pays massive dividends. Number 4, a real emergency fund. Number 4, let me tell you about a guy I knew back in 2008. He had a $300K portfolio, but almost zero cash. He got laid off, needed to pay his mortgage, and was forced to sell $25,000 worth of stock right at the bottom of the financial crisis. If he had just kept that money invested, it would be worth around $140,000 today. He sold at the worst possible moment because he had to. That is why number 4 is a real grown-up emergency fund. I'm not talking about the $1,000 Dave Ramsey starter fund. I'm talking about 6 to 12 months of living expenses sitting in a high-yield savings account or short-term treasuries. Now, if you're an aggressive investor, sitting on cash feels like financial blasphemy. Cash is trash, right? But here's the reality check. Most people who recently hit $250K did it during an incredible bull market. You haven't been tested by a brutal recession yet. Right now, high-yield savings accounts and treasuries are paying around 4 to 5%. Your cash isn't losing that much to inflation anymore. More importantly, this cash is the insurance policy that allows the other 90% of your money to stay invested through pure market chaos. At $250K, your main job is to never be forced to sell. Number 5, an estate plan. Number 5, meet Steve. Steve was 39, divorced, with 2 kids. He built a net worth of $340,000 through disciplined investing. He had no will, no trust, no power of attorney. Tragically, Steve passed away in an accident. His family ended up in probate court for 11 months. Over $19,000 of his estate went to court and attorney fees. Everything he owned became public record. His ex-wife and current girlfriend fought, and his kids were caught in the middle.
This happens to people in their 30s and 40s. Number 5 is an estate plan. Specifically, a revocable living trust, a pour-over will, a durable power of attorney, and a healthcare directive. Probate court takes months, sometimes years, and eats up 3% to 7% of your estate in fees. A trust skips probate entirely. Your assets transfer privately, quickly, and exactly how you want it. You can use online platforms to set one up for a few $100 or pay an estate attorney a couple of $1,000s to do it perfectly. A trust isn't just for old people or billionaires. It is about not leaving your family a complete logistical nightmare on the worst week of their lives. Number 6, income protection. Number 6 might save your family more than anything else on this list. Income protection. Specifically, term life insurance and long-term disability insurance. Notice I said term life insurance, not whole life, not universal life. Term. Whole life insurance pays the salesman a massive commission, sometimes up to 110% of your first-year premium. Term life pays them barely anything, which is why they don't push it. But for you, a healthy 30-something, a $1 million term policy might cost you $30 to $60 a month. A whole life policy could cost you 10 times that amount. A good rule of thumb? Get 10 to 12 times your annual income in coverage. And don't ignore disability insurance. Statistically, in your 30s and 40s, you are far more likely to become disabled than you are to die. If a back injury takes you out of work for 2 years, your wealth-building journey completely freezes. A private long-term disability policy ensures that your $250,000 doesn't dwindle down to $80,000 while you're just trying to recover. Number 7, buying back your time. All right, last one. And this might be the most important because none of this matters if you are too burned out to enjoy it. Number 7 is buying back your time. Once you hit $250,000, your time is worth dramatically more than it used to be. Let's do the math. If you make $100K a year, your time is worth roughly $50 an hour. If you make $200K, it's $100 an hour. So every Saturday, when you spend 4 hours mowing the lawn and pulling weeds, you are paying yourself $200 to $400 in opportunity cost to do a job a local kid would do for $50. The same goes for deep cleaning your house or driving 45 minutes to get groceries when delivery costs $10.
None of these services make you feel rich, but every hour you buy back is an hour you can put towards something that actually compounds. Noah outsourced his lawn care for $50 a week. He used those 4 extra hours every weekend to build a side hustle that now makes him $40,000 a year. That lawn service wasn't an expense, it was seed capital. The catch? Buying back your time only works if you use that time for high-value things, building a business, spending quality time with your kids, exercising, or just finally getting enough sleep so you perform better at your job. The defense wins championships. Here is what ties all 7 of these things together. None of them are sexy. You can't flex an umbrella policy on Instagram. Maxing out your HSA isn't going to impress anyone on the first date. But the first $250,000 is built on offense, hustling, saving, and investing. The next $250,000 is built on defense, plugging the silent leaks, protecting your wealth from taxes, lawsuits, probate, and your own panic during a recession. You don't have to do all of this tomorrow. Pick one thing off this list this month. Call a CPA, or set up that high-yield savings account. Just knock one out and then move to the next. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more strategies on building and keeping your wealth. I'll see you in the next video.